Welcome to the WSL Post Show. A huge day here at Snapper Rocks for the Bonsoy Gold Coast Pro, presented by GWM. Ronnie Blakey with Felicity Parmentier and Richie Lovett. Long live the Queen. Long live the Queen. Long live the Queen. What a performance from Steph Gilmore, the Snapper World Champs heat. Felicity, I saw you out there just taking it all in. It was huge.
Oh, it was so massive. I was down on the ground getting amongst it, and I couldn't believe the crowd. Like, they showed up in numbers, in thousands. There was so many people along the shore, even in the water, and of course, I'm happy to see the gals. Get one for the gals. Stephanie Gilmore, Queen stays Queen.
Yeah. It was a celebration, so we weren't actually dropping scores, but we couldn't help ourselves. And yeah, it was unanimous here on the set. Steph found the best waves, Rich, and I don't know, something about that style, those long right-handers, just works.
She has this just amazing ability to match the wave pace and just lay down that beautiful smooth carve, find the pit when she needed to. Just a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it was fun too. A couple of messages I got. Matt Wilkinson texted me. I said, I think Mick needs to get back on tour.
Yep.
He just looks so sharp. He didn't even really get himself on the biggest waves out there.
No, I've got to agree with that. I was watching and I was blown away. I was like, wow, you put him in any of these heats today and he's just still so relevant. Didn't really look like he was coming back from an MCL injury, I'll tell you that much.
No, but guaranteed all the Challenger Series event surfers would have been tuned in to that heat. I think everyone was aware that they were watching a little bit of history go down this afternoon.
Yeah, that was a really special moment. You know, I felt honoured to be in the booth, just even calling it, and sitting next to Bugs was a treat as well. Obviously, he was, you know, instrumental in implementing the dream tour as it was, and this was one of the locations. I know when I came onto the tour, I was like, oh my goodness, I get to surf snapper with only a couple of people out. It was a dream come true.
Yeah, it was really fun. And also usually, you know, you get to these events, you have a Heritage Series heat, you're absolutely frothing to see your surfing heroes get out there and get amongst it. But as I said earlier, you're going to kind of work around the contest. Yeah. Today, we got the work done. We got through the opening round for the men and the women. So there was a bit of time to get that exhibition happening, and it was firing. The waves were firing.
The waves showed up. I mean, today, obviously, that swell still stuck around from yesterday. This afternoon, as that tide started to fill in, it just started to pulse and just, yeah, the best part of the day, and it turned on for the world champs.
It was so funny watching them, Rich, just before they went out into the lineup. You could sort of just see the competitive juices starting to bubble away. They were trying to play it cool, but it all came out.
Can't help it. When you're that competitive for that long, you just can't get rid of those urges. And when, you know, you put the jersey on, get those feelings going again. And, you know, it was amazing. And if you'd asked me to write down 5 names to come and surf Snapper Rocks, it could have been anyone. It would have been that 5. So, you know, a real honour, a treat for everyone down here, treat for everyone watching. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, for sure. And we also had plenty of highlights as we got through those opening rounds for the men and women today. And we're going to have a look at some of those stunning performances. Heat 5, the round of 80, had local boy Sheldon Simkus, not going to be a full-time campaigner on the Challenger Series this year. It's hard to work out how.
Well, I mean, with performances like this today, we'd love to see Shelley get a couple more starts, but, you know, obviously surfing really free and relaxed and just picked the eyes out of it. Got a couple of gems, and really he is just so in tune with this wave, just playing with it all day long.
Yeah, he's definitely playing with it. He obviously knows this wave so well, just growing up down the road from Tweed Heads, but yeah, it's a shame. Obviously, think that he doesn't get a berth into the whole Challenger Series, because you look at him surfing right now and you're thinking, wow, like, can this be done down at Narrabeen? But something just clicks into gear here at Snapper, and he obviously just knows every grain of sand out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I think he wishes that the Challenger Series was just 6 stops here at Snapper, and then he'd be on the tour for sure. But it was a pretty impressive heat. Ryan Huckabee as well. Hadn't seen much of his surfing before today. He looked solid, through a lot of water. And everyone had good numbers in this heat. Yeah,
it was one of those days where we got introduced to a few new faces, some, you know, returning surfers coming back, and also some, you know, some stayers, some veterans who have been punching away at this tour for a while now, trying to make their mark. But an incredible opening day of competition.
It was, and the women got the day started. We got the round of 48 underway for them, and really strong performances. Heat 2. That had some pretty big numbers in it as well. Let's have a look at some of those highlights. Eva Wong just looked really strong. I love her electric form on the forehand.
Yeah, she looked super strong, and her wave selection was on point. She just, absolutely picked beautiful waves. She came up against Yolanda Hopkins too, and Yolanda came out of the gates firing here, and I actually thought the heat was going to go Yolanda's way. But with surfing like this, she looked really connected. She had a good pace, and she had good wave selection too. But it was Eve who ended up posting a 7.87, backed it up with a 5.77 with turns like this. Her board to me looks really good too. Just really responsive, holds the rail when she needs it to, but then has the ability to pivot when she wants as well.
Yeah.
So surfing super strong.
Yeah, Yolanda was in full attack mode, but you can't deny just how refined the rail work is here. And I think for that reason she earned herself the best wave ever, and she's going to be a force.
Yeah, absolutely. Really looked in control of all her rides, pushing hard enough. Really accelerating, throwing a ton of spray, but the board looking magic under her feet, as you said, Flick. Looked really nice.
Well, there's the numbers. Impressive stuff. Another one of those heats where everyone had decent rides. In fact, that can be said about a lot of heats through this opening day of competition. Great consistency in the surf, especially once we got past that high tide.
Yeah, I feel like today, there was just so many good waves coming through that, it was really your mistakes out there that, if you were losing, it's because of you. It wasn't because their waves didn't show up or you didn't get opportunities, because there were plenty there today.
Stace, that crowd this afternoon was amazing, and they're sticking around, and you found one of the biggest frothers in the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. Double duty, Stephanie Gilmore, look at her go. The kids can't wait, and why should they? Here you are.
That was so much fun, oh my goodness. Thank you. I hated to say that. Actually Joel gave me that good one, that barrel, and then I just seemed to be in the... that was my plan, to go out there and just win some all, but...
1-0, baby.
Yeah, no, that was fun. It was a little slow, but wow, that was probably the highlight of probably my whole career, life maybe. To surf empty snapper with those guys. Yeah, that was really cool.
No, we could feel that on the paddle back out. You could just see how frothing you were.
I mean, you're watching a perfect wall, and then Mick rip into one, Joel, Kelly, and then Occhi. It's just like, it was like a weird dream, You dream about it as a kid, and to go out there and experience it in real life was really special. So,
absolutely. Thanks for coming down. We're claiming that the judges were too scared to call it. We'll call it. You won.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, guys. What do I get?
Everything. Congratulations.
Priority behind the rock from here on out.
You've got it anyway, brah. Come on. Kelly, just a word. Well, 1-0 with Stephanie Gilmore.
Say what?
Love won, Stephanie.
Correct. Yes. Yep. She got 1-0 against all four of us, all the other four of us. She was just totally insane. It was funny because Mick just goes up. He's like, just everywhere she turns is just lining up for her, and she's just in sync with it. It was great. But you gave her priority, so it just was going to happen.
Yeah, but you guys started the heat early.
That's true.
I want to know, you're going to ride that board in your heat in the second round?
It's really a fun board. Yeah, it's fast. I just got to stay above it. If I lean too much, I kind of catch it sometimes, but it's fun. It's a good fast board.
What's the plan for the rest of the afternoon? You're going to be down here till midnight.
I might. Hey, thank you. She gave me a ukulele.
Bust out a tune.
Nice. It's in tune almost. It's a little flat on the bottom, on the A string. Oh, sign it. There we go. All right.
Kelly, thank you for your time. Thanks for the exhibition. That was absolutely insane. Ron,
down here for it. Thanks for letting us surf. We were just having we were so stoked to be out there. It was really great. Thanks, you guys.
what an afternoon. Thanks again. Thank you, Ron. Pandemonium.
Oh, we love it. Yeah, well done. And I can confirm, word just coming in, there's a pallet of Bonsoy at Steph's front door. That's the prize for winning. So congratulations. Yeah, good luck getting through that this week. But that was a lot of fun. And you could tell the buzz that Steph had after being out there in the lineup with her surfing heroes. As I mentioned, she was the Grom in the lineup, so she would have spent a lot of her childhood just watching those guys surf on the old VHS, probably not DVDs, I'd say.
I'd say
for
DVD.
Steph. Yeah. But yeah, that was a magic moment for her.
Oh, just incredible. You could feel the energy. It was so positive, and, you know, well, it was nice of Parko to give her that little barrel too.
What a gentleman.
What a gentleman.
What a gift.
He's changed.
He has changed.
Let's get into the Boost Mobile heat of the day. We could have picked from so many, but we're going to go with Heat 3, the round of 80 for the men. And a very strong performance from this man, Charlie Cruvant.
Yeah, he found a couple of gems and some real rail attack. Comes around the section here, and now he starts to open up the wings. Just connecting, looked in total sync with the wave, great pace. And yeah, just finding a flow out here. Hasn't done too many heats out at Snapper, but didn't find it too difficult to get in sync. This was one of the better waves of the day, Flick.
Oh, I just look at this and I just can't believe the waves that we had here at that beautiful turn. But on day one of the waiting period, first Challenger Series event, for me, I mean, the waves have been the hero. I mean, the surfers have showed up and surfed them, but the conditions have been incredible all day, just so aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, look, the surfers did okay, but Snapper Rocks is the hero today.
Well, it just showed up, you know, just really showed up.
Yeah, well, it's one thing to catch the wave of the day, but for Charlie Cruvant to turn it into an 817, you know, that took something special and some great composure. And then we had one of the veteran campaigners on the qualifying series / Challenger series, and Raphael posted some good numbers too. And it was another one of those heats where we had pretty good scores across the board.
Yeah, and like you said, Flick, everyone had fair opportunity today. Lots of waves coming through, and that's difficult when we're running 4 surfer heats. You know, man-on-man heats or surfer-on-surfer heats. You know, there can be these lulls, but still everyone gets their waves. But just riddled with waves today, and our surfers stepped up. Great performances everywhere.
So from here, obviously we're moving into that next round where we've got those higher seeds waiting to see who they're going to draw, and we're looking forward to this clash. Kelly Slater, George Patar, who's been on a tear in the Australian leg of the Championship Tour. Another Floridian will be in the lineup in Michael Dunphy, and Oscar Berry. We've just learnt that he's going to move into that heat as well. Wow,
so it's a real Australia versus USA match up here. And, well, Kelly and Michael Dunphy from Florida. Yeah. And then George and Oscar from the east coast of Oz. So this is going to be an incredible matchup. George obviously coming in off 2 wildcard entries into the Championship Tour events, doing incredibly well, making the semi-finals over at Margaret River. He's full of confidence, but he needs the points, so he's actually going to have to get some work done here. Yeah,
it's not like Kelly's road through to a big finish in an event is going to get any easier coming back to the Challenger Series either. Those surfers look really sharp in the lead up to this event. Oscar Berry surfed brilliantly today, so it's going to be a very difficult draw, but we'll have a look at the Surfline forecast and see if it works in Kelly's favour. A bit more swell will allow him the opportunity to really display his power over the Groms.
Yeah, it sure will. You're going to take it away, Flick. Go for it.
Oh, well, we've obviously got this clean east and south swell mix through this weekend. So we saw that today, and we're going to see it a little bit tomorrow as well. It could be slightly smaller throughout the week as we move through to Monday through to Wednesday. But if we cast our eyes further on into the waiting period towards the end, it looks like we've got a bit more swell on the way. So good things coming.
Yeah, Sunday through Wednesday, we're going to be just picking the eyes out of it. I feel like there's going to be great waves on offer still, and then things get really interesting towards the end of the week there. But we're going to have great conditions. You know, 2 weeks ago, even a week ago, I was looking at the forecast and it was just looking a bit questionable. There was a big old question mark around it, and it's just all come good. Everything's just lining up perfectly. It's falling in pretty nicely, and we know when the sandbar's this good, you know, we're lucky we don't need a whole lot of swell for it to come to life here at Snapper Rock. Yep. So perfect way to kick things off today. And I bet those competitors seated in the next round for the men and women are just can't wait to get out there, because today was special. Yeah, it was. It was. We saw a lot of excellent scores. We saw, you know, plenty of 8s dropping, and if that's just a sign of things to come, then we're in for a treat. We sure are. Let's get stuck into the BioGland Daily Dose, our top 5 moments for an epic opening day of competition. Kicking things off with one of our Californian superstars, Levi Slauson, saving himself in the later stages, flicking that board into reverse on the end section. Yeah, super hard to do, pressure on, and I haven't seen much of him surf, and so this was really cool for me. And, you know, I was down on the ground and the crowd was roaring when this was happening. So for him to come through here, this is it right here, moving through to that inside, puts it all on the line when he needed a score. Really impressive stuff. It needed a high range 6, turned in a 7.4. He stays alive in the mix. Coming in at number 4, a surfer that has a lot of competitive success on the east coast of Australia and internationally, Zali Kelly. She looked good Yeah, just up the road here at Snapper Rocks from where she lives down at Cabarita, and she looks so connected out here, just really displaying a whole lot of power, placing those turns in the perfect part of the wave. Just sort of the post-heat interview, you got the feeling like it was all just sort of taken in a stride, but great performance. If she builds from here, who knows?
Coming in at number 3, this was Caius King. This guy's had some injuries to overcome, but great to see him dropping excellent numbers and just absolutely ripping apart the long walls here at Snapper.
This was beautiful to watch. Highest heat total of the men and women today, 16.20, dropping 2 excellent scores. And yeah, I was really impressed with his surf, and we obviously know he had an amazing junior career, but had that back injury, had a lot to deal with that bulged disc, and it's so good to see him back at full health and surfing the way he is right now.
Yeah, working with Brad Gerlach and looking prime for a big finish. Coming in at number 2, Rosie Smart, the amazing backhand of Rosie just coming to life here. The surfer from Sawtell looking so sharp.
Oh, just looking so good, and I do actually enjoy watching the goofy footers out here at Snapper. I think it's a treat. I love how they come off the bottom, off the top, get that vertical attack happening, and that's exactly what Rosie did. You can see riding these waves all the way down in past the Little Marley Rock section. She takes the win.
She sure does. And then obviously coming in at number 1, the Snapper Rocks Champs Heat, Joel Parkinson, Mark Occhilupo, Mick Fanning, Kelly Slater, and the Queen, Stephanie Gilmore.
Honestly, it does not get better than this. And we heard Steph say it in that post-heat interview with Stace, basically. She said, you know what? This is probably one of the highlight moments of my life right now. We saw Steph go to town. She got this gift from Joel, came flying out of the barrel, and she just looked so connected. I mean, I know no one was scoring, but we kind of were. And, I mean, all hail the Queen, Stephanie Gilmore.
I'll second that. Yeah, Fanning too, just, you know, on smaller waves. Rich, just so on.
Just so crisp and clean, the turn's so powerful, like he's lost nothing of that form. And, well, neither of this guy. Just backdoor barrel, double section, and just flying down the line, just some crispy turns. And, yeah, big question, is he going to ride the 20?
Well, I mean, it's looking pretty good, but he did say, you know, he just can't lean too far one way as it feels a bit swivelly. But, yeah, that was such a highlight for me this afternoon, watching that. And the crowd. Thousands of people on the beach.
Yeah,
Thousands of people.
I'd say equaling the World Champs Heat was the crowd that we had on hand here today, and obviously everyone tuned in at home. But that was just a great way to finish off a fantastic opening day of competition here at the Bonsoy Gold Coast Pro, presented by GWM. We're going to leave you with highlights. We'll be down here tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. We'll be making the call for a potential 8 a.m. start. Enjoy your night. I know I will. Have a good one.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.